We're back. No dancing on the porch.
No.
But look at this. We've got an outfit.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a boa and a shiny top. Some bling there. You look like you just came from a show.
I did. I didn't want to take it off, so.
Yeah. Right off the stage and onto the porch.
Right off the stage. I did put some long pants on. You wouldn't want to see what I had on before.
We saw the legs last week.
Yeah, I did have a short one on.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Got the legs, you got to show them.
Oh,
Everybody commented on the legs. I'm really excited about it because I got the good genes.
Oh, see. Yeah.
So we were changing it up. Talked about change last week.
Mm-hmm.
Did a Bible bits. I did a whole thing on kind of where to start. So did you have a chance to see it?
I did. And this Bible bit has got me focused on the Bible, which I'm sorry to say I really wasn't. It was overwhelming, as we said. Mm-hmm. And then Julie divided it into the 4 writers, and I took notes so quickly I couldn't read my writing.
All right, this is good.
I did.
You actually took notes
I
this
did,
time.
I
okay,
did,
good. On the different Gospels. Which one do you think you're going to go for?
Probably John.
John would be good.
Yeah,
John's a good place to start.
But, I'm going to try a little bit of each.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Mama.
Yeah.
So she actually listened and did something.
Yeah.
That's a big improvement from last week when you kind of told a little bit of a thing.
It was
just a little one.
It was overwhelming. But
That's okay.
I'm making an outline, and that helps me, too, to go back afterwards and jot down some notes and everything.
Okay.
And I have some questions after.
Okay. Well, we can talk about those.
Not on camera.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
but anyway, so we're getting those going, and we talked about change, and we're kind of going to continue that theme. Last week we talked about making change and some of the obstacles, fear, being comfortable, and now we're going to talk about change that kind of unexpected, things that happen to us that create change in our lives that a lot of times we really don't like at all, like that are because of some sort of tragedy. And in fact, today is the 25th anniversary of my best friend's death. And I can't believe it's been 25 years. So
I can't either.
She took her own life, suffered from depression, and it happened right after Nate was born. So it was like the highest and the lowest moment of my life. And I just remember in the shower, tears. Like I didn't know what was the shower and what were my tears. So there's loss. We all experience it, and I know we have in our family with my brother. So losing a child is devastating. So, but it opened a door. Sometimes I think God's grace will open. Through God's grace, a new door can be opened through tragedy, or maybe a new purpose. So, and that's really what happened to you, Mom.
Yeah. Well, Jim was sick for a long time. He developed all kinds of problems with his hands and even body parts.
He had MS.
But we didn't know it.
Yeah.
We didn't know it until a few years before he passed. And we always had hope. We had, where there's life, there's hope.
Right.
And I just had a hard time accepting his passing. He was such a special guy.
Yeah, he was like a dad to us.
Yeah, in fact, the girls used to call him Daddy when he was about 12 years old, and they were little guys. And he was so wonderful to everybody. I couldn't accept it, and I couldn't go back to teaching at the time, so I kind of locked myself in the house and got more and more depressed.
Yeah, isolation, that's a common thing that happens to people.
Finally, I did see a doctor, and after that, I felt better with the medicine she gave me, and I got out of the house and stumbled into a recreation center where there were women older than myself looking for tap dancers. I said, I can't tap dance. I mean, and they said, well, just come along.
We saw that
we'll
last
show
week.
you. Just get behind us. And because it was better than the bridge, which was so, I can't say boring, tough. I mean, some bridge players really think that that's the last word. No offense, bridge players. But anyway,
you needed a little more movement.
I needed
You're a mover
movement.
and a shaker.
I needed some happy songs.
Yeah.
And these women were so wonderful to me. And I began to shuffle and do a few little tricks. And all of a sudden I was out there for one of their shows, and I couldn't even hide behind them like I used to. And that changed my life. I mean, the costumes, the music, the people, the audience response, and that brought me out of my depression. But I know when a change is thrust upon you, it's very hard to accept.
Yeah.
So that's when we have to do something about it. We can't let that dominate our lives.
Well, everybody grieves in different ways for different lengths of time, but and our natural response is to isolate and to it's hard to get out of bed. And it's hard. Sometimes you can't even get out of bed. And so I love that, you sought help. You went to the doctor and you were able to get some help, because we all need help, and sometimes it requires medication or therapy or whatever. And then you started going out. You left the house. So step one, after getting help is actually engaging with life and re-engaging and getting out to that community center opened the start of a new door, and here you are.
It did. I know.
25 years later, tap dancing. She's had a show for 15 years that brings so much joy to sad places. And I've been to so many of the shows, and so I just think Jim would be smiling knowing that.
I know he is.
He just and of course we miss him. You never can replace a loved one.
No.
But I do believe God brings good things sometimes and open doors. And even my friend Christine, my best friend, she was 28. She suffered from depression, and it ultimately took her life. And now her mother, for the last 25 years, has been one of my dearest friends. She's like a second mother to me, Janet.
She's family.
She's family. And so, and I don't know that I would have had that close relationship with her.
No.
So, again, not that it replaces Christine, but it's just amazing how God works and can bring some good out of some really sad things. And and I've written several stories. I've been a chaplain, so I've seen a lot of death and a lot of sadness. And I loved what one of my friends, Dawn Finbloom, said after, and this was just to me recently, and she lost her son of alcohol poisoning. And since then, she and her husband have been promoting the Lifeline Law and have saved so many lives of kids who drink too much and literally die because no one calls for help, which is what happened to their son. But she said, well, why not me? Why? It's like we just kind of expect life to go well, and then when it doesn't, it's just, and it is a tragedy, but I don't know why we have this expectation that it's going to go well, because life is so hard.
Yeah.
And you don't want to expect bad things, and you don't want to, expect to lose your loved ones, but the reality is we all will eventually. And the thing that consoles me and that just gives me so much hope, and what I've always said even with Christine from the start, is this life is not all there is. And there's a life beyond this life.
Oh, I
and
truly
I just know
believe
Jimmy's
that.
there, and Christine's there,
I
and
know.
Brett Finbloom's there, and I just feel that with such strength and knowing. But life can be really tough sometimes, and we need each other.
Yeah.
But God is with us and opens new doors, sometimes gives us a purpose through our pain, and comforts us with loved ones. So I mean, it's sad. It's hard to go through.
Yeah. But we don't dwell on the negative. We had our good times. We have our memories. We know that we're going to be with them someday.
Yeah.
And so meanwhile, the show must go on.
The show must go on.
And
Life
it
must
does.
go on.
Every
And it
week
does,
we're
yes.
out there, and I tell the audience it makes me feel better maybe than they do, because we're having fun. We're laughing. We're singing some happy songs. We're clowning around.
Yeah.
Today we were molding all over the floor. We had purple
what?
molding.
What's molding?
It's molting when a bird loses its feathers.
Oh.
MOLTING. And we had
you're not
we
a
had
bird,
green
though.
feathers, red feathers,
You were
blue.
molting.
Yes, we were.
There you go, the word of the week.
We
You were
left-
molting all over the
Hey,
floor.
we left
Well,
them quite a collection, I'll tell you. And a few
The show was left behind.
a few sequins along the way.
All right.
But we did leave with a lot of smiles and hugs, and
That's
just
awesome.
made us feel so good.
That's awesome.
And
Well,
I'm going
thanks,
to take
Mom.
that with me
Yep.
until I get home and
All right.
just not shut it off so
Right.
quickly.
Right. So today has been it's a sad day. It's always very melancholy, but like I said, I just feel like our loved ones live on. And hold on, Toto needs a little lifter
Yeah.
over.
I think the
And-
feathers got him.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, yes, she
It's
did.
a wrap. I think that means it's a wrap.
I think so.
Anyway, Mom,
Yeah.
thanks for sharing. That's always hard. She's
Yeah.
going. There she goes. I think that's it.
I think
Goodbye.
it is.
She's shutting me up. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week. Have a
Yeah.
good week. Bye-bye.